Scams are the dark art of deception, blending audacity, greed, and betrayal into schemes that cost billions and shatter trust. Since the 1900s, con artists have leveraged technology, global markets, and human psychology to pull off some of the most jaw-dropping frauds ever. Below is a countdown of the 10 biggest scams in history, packed with intrigue and staggering losses, ordered by impact and audacity. Each is a testament to how far scammers will go to exploit hope and ambition. 10. The Stanford Financial Group Ponzi Scheme, 2009. Alan Stanford, a flamboyant Texas financier, ran a $7 billion Ponzi scheme through Stanford Financial Group. From the 1990s to 2009, he sold certificates of deposit, promising high returns from safe investments in Antigua. Instead, he used new investors' money to pay old ones, funding a lavish lifestyle that included private jets and a cricket obsession. When the SEC exposed the fraud in 2009, amid the Madoff fallout, investors lost nearly everything. Stanford's $7 billion scam hit retirees and middle-class savers hard, and his knighthood from Antigua added a bitter irony. Sentenced to 110 years, Stanford's scheme stands out for its global reach and ruthless exploitation. 9. The Satyam Scandal, 2009. India's Satyam Computer Services was a tech darling until 2009, when founder Ramalinga Raju admitted to falsifying accounts for years. Raju inflated revenues, fabricated $1 billion in cash reserves, and misled investors, including major institutions. The scam, worth over $1.4 billion, shook India's corporate world, as Satyam was a flagship IT firm. When the truth emerged, the stock plummeted, wiping out $2 billion in market value. Raju's confession letter admitting he'd been riding a tiger he couldn't control added a surreal twist. The scandal led to tighter regulations in India, but the betrayal of employees and investors left a lasting scar. 8. The Bre-X Gold Scandal, 1990s. Bre-X Minerals, a Canadian mining company, claimed a massive gold deposit in Busong, Indonesia in the mid-1990s. Geologist Michael de Guzman hyped the find, estimating 200 million ounces of gold, worth billions. Investors poured over $6 billion into Bre-X stock, driving its value sky high. But the gold was fake. De Guzman's team had salted samples with gold dust. In 1997, independent audits exposed the fraud, and Bre-X collapsed, erasing investors' fortunes. De Guzman's mysterious death, falling from a helicopter, fueled speculation of foul play or escape. The sheer scale of faking a gold mine in a remote jungle makes this a geological con for the ages. 7. The Nigerian Prince Email Scam, 1990s present. The Nigerian Prince Scam, also known as the 419 Scam, is a digital age classic. Since the 1990s, scammers have emailed victims, posing as royalty or officials needing help to transfer millions, promising huge payouts for small upfront fees. In reality, the money vanishes, and the prince doesn't exist. By 2005, the FBI estimated annual losses at $100 million, and the scam's persistence into the 2020s, fueled by the internet, has cost billions globally. Its simplicity, exploiting greed and trust, and adaptability, scammers now pose as CEOs or the lottery officials, keep it thriving. The scam's cultural footprint, from memes to inbox clutter, is undeniable. 6. The Enron Scandal, 2001. Enron, once America's 7th largest company, was an energy giant in the 1990s. Executives Kenneth Lay and Jeffrey Skilling used mark-to-market accounting and off-balance sheet entities to hide $74 billion in debt and fake profits. Investors and analysts were fooled, and Enron's stock soared. When the truth emerged in 2001, the company collapsed, wiping out $60 billion in market value and employees' pensions. The fallout destroyed auditor Arthur Andersen and led to new regulations like Sarbanes-Oxley. Enron's scale, billions in fake earnings, and the betrayal of workers who lost everything make it a corporate fraud benchmark. 5. The Theranos Fraud, 2010s. Elizabeth Holmes, the charismatic founder of Theranos, promised a medical revolution, a compact device capable of running hundreds of blood tests from a single finger prick. Her bold vision attracted powerful investors, including Rupert Murdoch and the Walton family, pushing Theranos' valuation to $9 billion by 2014. But behind the scenes, the technology didn't work. Holmes and COO Sunny Balwani faked test results, deceived regulators, and put countless patients at risk with inaccurate diagnostics. Despite a carefully crafted public image, complete with black turtlenecks and a deliberately deepened voice, Holmes couldn't maintain the illusion forever. In 2015, whistleblowers and journalists began unraveling the truth. By 2018, Theranos had collapsed, costing investors nearly $1 billion. Holmes's conviction for fraud in 2022 turned her into a symbol of Silicon Valley's dark side, where style often trumps substance and hype can override ethics and science. 4. The WorldCom accounting fraud, 2002. WorldCom, a telecom giant, shocked the world in 2002 when it admitted to inflating profits by $11 billion through accounting tricks. CEO Bernie Madoff and CFO Scott Sullivan misclassified expenses to fake growth, deceiving investors during the dot-com bust. When auditors uncovered the fraud, WorldCom filed for bankruptcy, the largest in U.S. history at the time, wiping out $180 billion in market value. Employees lost jobs and pensions, and the scandal fueled distrust in corporate America. Eber's 25-year sentence and the sheer scale of the fraud, $11 billion in fake profits, rank WorldCom among the biggest scams ever. 3. The FTX cryptocurrency collapse, 2022. FTX, a crypto exchange led by Sam Bankman-Fried, was valued at $32 billion in 2022. Promising secure trading, FTX attracted millions, including high-profile investors. But Bankman-Fried misused customer funds, funneling $10 billion to his hedge fund, Alameda Research, for risky bets. When crypto markets crashed, FTX couldn't cover withdrawals, collapsing in November 2022. Investors lost $8 billion, and Bankman-Fried's arrest revealed a web of fraud and mismanagement. His 25-year sentence in 2023, and the crypto hype he exploited, make FTX a defining scam of the digital era, shaking trust in decentralized finance. 2. The 1MDB scandal, 2010s. Malaysia's 1MDB fund, created to boost national development, became a $4.5 billion scandal. Between 2009 and 2014, Prime Minister Najib Razak and financier Joe Low funneled billions through shell companies to fund lavish lifestyles, buying yachts, art, and even producing The Wolf of Wall Street. Major banks like Goldman Sachs were implicated, paying $3.9 billion in penalties. The fraud was uncovered by investigative journalists in 2015, sparking international investigations and leading to Najib's conviction. Its impact shook trust in government and finance across multiple countries. 1. The Madoff investment scandal, 2008. Bernie Madoff orchestrated the largest Ponzi scheme in history, deceiving investors for decades. A once respected Wall Street figure, he promised consistent returns through a fake investment fund. Instead, he used money from new investors to pay old ones, creating a $65 billion illusion. His decades-long deception stands as the most devastating financial fraud ever uncovered, leaving a lasting stain on the financial world and its regulatory failures. Lessons learned. These scams offer hard lessons. Scams have evolved with technology, from Enron's accounting trick to FTX's crypto fraud, but the core remains. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. The financial toll, hundreds of billions lost, pales against the eroded trust. Stay skeptical, verify claims, and trust instincts to avoid the next big con.